I'm Jacqueline Hellman, and I'm going to be participating in this international symposium that is taking place these days. And first of all, I want to thank the organizer of this event that has finally taken place online. It has been very well managed since the beginning, taking into account the complex and current circumstances that we are all facing. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you. And having said so, I'm going to quickly introduce the subject of my communication. I'm going to be referring to the migratory movements. As you are all aware of, migratory movements constitute nowadays a very important challenge for the international community. The UN shows really important numbers about the movement of people that are trying to reach other countries. In fact, this international organization has highlighted that more than 70 million people were forced to move from their homes in 2018. So clearly we see that human displacement is today a very important challenge for the international community. And once I have said so, I want to emphasize that these migratory movements are severely affecting the European continent. This has led, among other things, to the implementation of controversial measures from European states. And as a consequence of this, I want to highlight which is the approach that the European Court of Human Rights has regarding this particular area. This means that I will be analyzing a very relevant and important decision that has been recently issued this same year, last February. It refers to the case ND and NT versus Spain. And in order to offer a complete picture about the approach that this court has towards this topic, I would like to refer to a previous judicial decision that was rendered a few years ago in 2012. I'm referring to the case ECHHRR and others versus Italy. By analyzing these two judicial decisions, I think I will be able to explain which is the position that this court has shown in these last years and which is the current approach that the court has towards migratory movement. So first of all, I'm going to be referring to the ECHHRR case, and right after I will be referring to the case that involves Spain. The ECHHRR case appeared in 2009 when 11 citizens from Somalia and 13 citizens from Eritrea filed a lawsuit against the Italian Republic. Why was this lawsuit filed? Mainly because this group of individuals sailed from Libya with the aim of reaching European soil, and once they were very close to Lampedusa, their vessels were intercepted by the Italian authorities, and once the occupants were intercepted, they were immediately transferred to Tripoli. And I have to point out that when this operation took place, the Italian authorities did not identify any of the individuals that were subject to this maritime rescue operation. Well, the plaintiffs denounced that Italy had breached Article 3 of the European Convention. Article 3 states that no one shall be subjected to torture, and states have to, of course, encourage the fulfillment of this provision. And also they denounced the breach of Article 4 of Protocol Number 4, which states that collective expulsion of aliens are prohibited. What did the court said? Well, mainly the court concluded that Article 3 and 4, the ones I have just mentioned, were breached by Italy. The court considered that even if Libya had subscribed a high number of human rights treaties, through the report issued by many NGOs, the court concluded that Libya was constantly violating human rights. This means that Italy should have taken into account the principle of non-refoulement and should never have transferred those individuals to Tripoli, as they were subjected to a risky situation. Article 4 also was breached according to the point of view of the court, because of course they were not the applicants were not duly identified, and as a consequence of this the court decided to condemn Italy. What has happened recently in this other case I mentioned? Well, first of all, I'm going to explain quite quickly the facts. The judicial process emerges in 2014, when two migrants, one from Mali and the